Hi everyone, my name is Lauren Tatarchuk. I'm a 25-year-old Katniss Everdeen archetype. I wanted to make this video to share with you what I learned on my journey over the past 2 years for healing myself for what is classified as severe fibromyalgia and debilitating chronic fatigue, along with a host of 10 other symptoms, syndromes, and chronic things that you wouldn't even imagine, honestly, if I told you. But I will eventually tell you. I kind of call it my story from chronic disease to conscious bliss, because that's really where it was. Before, I was sick and I was miserable and I didn't want to live. And now I'm 83% healed myself naturally. Don't ask why 83%. That's just how I feel where I am. And I'm glad to be alive, and I'm so grateful for every single day. And I'm here to help those who are suffering as well. This video and what I'm about to read you, it's for you. It's for all the people suffering from silent, invisible, soul depleting diseases and syndromes and symptoms. I just want to say I see you and you're not alone. And together we're going to heal the masses. And I'm going to teach everybody how I did it and how I continue to do it. Because together we can make a difference. So what I'm about to read are things I've learned on my journey, and they're applicable to everybody in all stages and areas of their life, from personal to healing to business. I found these to be the universal ground rules, if you will, of being a human. And it actually came into fruition because I was going to email Gary Vaynerchuk to tell him that the same principles and philosophies he built his empires off of, I did to build my body and my life back. And so here it is. It's called Just Be You, What I've Learned, where personal growth, healing, and life success meet. Okay, ready? I'm ready. I've learned you have to be what you're looking for. I've learned that doing things in spite of or in fear of will never result in anything but suffering. I've learned you have to move forward from and with your intention, also known as your heart, this area right here. I've learned you can have anything you're willing to work for. I've learned it's best to forget everything everyone's ever told you about what you should or shouldn't do, what's possible and not possible, and what these things called limitations are. I've learned all it takes is concentrated action, interlaced with focus, discipline, commitment, grit, persistence, passion, and a burning desire and belief to make it come about. I've learned to work harder on myself than anything else in life, and I've learned how to move from being the victim to being the one in charge. And I'm going to teach everyone how to do that, to follow next few videos. I've learned not everyone wants to hear what you've learned. I've learned people will not like when you change, but it's okay, because only you have to like you. I've learned other people's reactions towards you have absolutely nothing to do with you, and that what other people think about you is none of your business. None. I've learned that when you're stuck, try and see what you're not considering that's otherwise obvious. I've learned the word psyche is derived from a Greek word that means soul. I've learned the more you resist, the more things persist. I've learned if you stop resisting and forcing and just do you, just be you, the real you, you will be led. I've learned all you really need in life is wisdom and awareness, because you can get everything else from there. I've learned that change is the only constant, and I've learned that if something is true, it is true on all levels. I've learned you can feel uncomfortable and be in pain physically, but at the same time be truly happy on the inside. And I've just recently gotten to that place, and it's beautiful, and I want that for everybody. I've learned the most important thing you can learn in life is who you really are, what makes you tick, what gets your motors churning, and then be it. I've learned that you should lick the spoon joyfully, damn it, with pleasure and not with guilt. Not with guilt. I've learned that we all have what it takes to do great, big, beautiful things, and all we have to do is use our minds to get there. I've learned that no matter what you do or what happens, you can always win, because you can always choose to learn something. You can always choose to learn something. I've learned that you must lean into your fears and uncomfortable feelings in order to pass through them and come out the other side liberated and free. I've learned that we live our whole lives based on the constructs of what everyone else thinks is best for us or what they think about us, and I've learned that that's no way to live. In fact, it's not living. I've learned that that to really live means to be free from you because you are the one holding yourself back. I've learned that this whole crazy thing called life is for us to catch up to ourselves. We already have the potentials. We just have to take concentrated action to get there. I've learned you don't have to be perfect. You just have to be okay when things aren't exactly the way you'd like them to be. A very big learning lesson for myself personally. I've learned that fear is the point of impact where all suffering stems from. I've learned that instead of trying to resonate with outside external factors, we must find our resonance within. I've learned that there is nothing to fear but fear itself, and I've learned that nothing could be truer. I've learned that your wounds are your wisdom, and I've learned that showing up is the first step. I've learned that for anything to come into fruition, you just have to start. Just take one step, and each subsequent step will be revealed to you. I've learned that what you lack in natural ability, you can make up for in self-discipline and by asking for help. I've learned that your life degree or life cred is far more important than any degree or certification you can ever get from a university, institute, or program. I've learned to say yes to learning, growing, and serving. I've learned that emotions, both conscious and unconscious, perceptions, and mental attitudes play a role in all aspects of health, dis-ease, and overall well-being and quality of life. I've learned you must give your all and then detach from the outcome. I've learned to say no in a big way, and I've learned to say yes in an even bigger way. It's an exciting part. I've learned that life is meant to be enjoyed, not to be a constant struggle. I've learned that if we're not enjoying life, we can change the direction of it at any second. We just have to decide. We just have to choose joy. We have to decide we want joy more than we want to suffer. I've learned it's our universal birthright to feel great and do amazing, wonderful, grandiose things. And I've learned you can either get bitter or you can get better. That's a really big one. I've learned the most important things that make up our life are those which we cannot see, like love, will, grit, our immune system, and oxygen. I've learned we are not here to do things for others, but rather empower and teach them to do it for themselves. I've learned you have to stop waiting to love yourself until later, when things are different and situations are different, and start loving yourself right now, as you are and as situations are. I've learned you have to love yourself so much that you decide joy, happiness, and success over all else, that you never stop. I've learned that this too shall pass and that thoughts become things. I've learned that no one is you and that is your power. I've learned that if you want green grass, just water it for goodness sake. Water it wherever you stand. Stop wishing about the grass over there. Just water it right here. I've learned that nothing ever goes away until it has taught us what we need to know. And most importantly, I've learned we must be stronger than our fears and much, much wiser. I've learned it all begins and ends in our heart and in our mind. Our awareness to see change is necessary, our wisdom to realize only we can do it, and our willingness to take the first step. That's what it's all about. I just want to thank you for taking the time to listen to this and let you know that you're not alone. And there's more things coming for me, a lot more things, and stay tuned. I love you all. Bye.